In this video I'll cover the basic abilities from the Rangers, I'll have a look into the unique features that makes this archetype special, I'll cover the hybrid combat system, as well as have a look into the gameplay of a Ranger. I have a quick disclaimer to make though. We are heading towards Alpha 2, so everything you see in this video is subject to change, so keep that in mind. If you see something you like, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. My name is Christian and welcome to the Lazy Tavern. Let's do Rangers. In Ashes of Creation, Rangers are the core of precision and versatility. As a Ranger, your primary role is to deal damage from a distance using your short bow or your long bow. The first thing we'll dive into is the offensive abilities. At first, the Barrage ability is a channeling ability that rapidly fires arrows at the target for 1.5 seconds. It's a channeling ability whereafter you can move and stay on your toes while it's shooting out. Snipe is a heavy hitting attack that requires you to charge for 3 seconds. With its large charge time, it makes a perfect ability for opening on a target. And then we have the Headshot, a quick, hard-hitting shot which can bend corners. It has a small cooldown that can be altered through passives, and this ability can be spec'd into as an execution ability, which increases the damage to targets below 50% health. And then there's Thundering Shot, a 20-second cooldown arrow that flies at the target doing heavy physical damage. If it flies long enough, it will do a small AoE damage. Scattershot fires a spread of projectiles, which each hits a target in that area. This ability can be charged to narrow the impact area and increase the damage in this specific area. It's a versatile ability that hence can be used for AoE or more single target damage. The lines you see is only visible to the caster, which is the same for the next ability. Raining Death is an AoE ability that hits a wide area, and the targets the furthest away takes the largest amount of damage. Imbued Ammo, Barbed, Concussive, Weighted enhances your arrows with a certain effect. Either a bleed for damage, a concussive to make them stagger and lose accuracy, and hence their combat efficiency, and then last Weighted to make them slowed. Arrow's color will indicate which imbuement you have currently firing with, even during the Barrage ability. Now with the offensive abilities covered, let's go over to the mobility and utility you get from the Ranger. The first one is a split of damage and mobility, Airstrike, which will send you into the air, shooting down and rooting enemies below. You can control your movement in the air, making it useful for navigating terrain. Disengage will make you jump backwards, and as a passive, you can make it so that if you hit an enemy while doing this, you'll snare them for 4 seconds, lining it up for the perfect snapshot. Then we have Call of the Wild, which will remove the snares and roots and increase the movement speed by 20% for a small duration. Another utility ability for the Rangers is Camouflage, which will make you invisible based on your proximity to the enemy. How do you feel about Camouflage? Do you think it's part of the core kit for a Ranger? Let me hear what you think. Next up, we have a way of CCing your enemies, which will be the use of bear traps or vine fields, which will root enemies with the bear trap or do damage and slow them with the vine field. So while most of the abilities have a small cooldown here and there, only one important cooldown is worth mentioning here, which is the lightning reload. The lightning reload will allow the Ranger to fire one ability for free, ignoring all cooldowns and cost of that ability. Look at this combo with 3 headshots more or less in a row. All archetypes in Ashes of Creation is planned to have some sort of unique features about them, and for the Rangers, this will be the use of Hunts and Marks. Hunts will grant you a passive that makes you stronger overall, where Marks is an active ability that you put on a target to make you stronger against that particular target. So let's have a look at these. Hunt of the Bear increase your physical mitigation. Hunt of the Raven will make you have more physical penetration, ignoring more of the enemy's armor. Hunt of the Tiger will increase your critical damage with 10%. The marks work quite similar, with the Mark of the Bear reducing the opponent's mitigation by 25%, making it an efficient mark against tanks. The Mark of the Raven will trigger bonus damage every time the target is hit. The lower the health on the target, the higher the damage. And last, the Mark of the Tiger will increase the critical chance against the target by 50%. Combining this with the Hunt of the Tiger and you are set up for some spicy critical action. In Ashes of Creation, The combat system is a hybrid system, with a variety of tap targeting, where you shoot at the target you have chosen, and an action combat where you have free direction for your shot. The hunters will have a mix of these, and at this point in time, it might be slightly unclear which ability is tap targeted, which requires soft or hard lock, and how this exactly will work, as well as what can bend corners. But once again, keep in mind that these are subject to change during the alpha testing. For the sake of this video, I won't go into details with the weapon combos and how the progression tree is in certain weapons and how they will affect their abilities. I will however cover this in another video. But what I can tell you is that the cooldown on certain abilities can be manipulated through weapon combos. I hope you enjoyed the quick overview of the Rangers. Stay tuned for the next in the series of Let's Do. My name is Christian, and thanks for watching. See you again at the Lazy Tavern.